Hey everyone, welcome. This is Stock Market Tips by CEO David Diaz at CEO Trades. Welcome everyone. Tonight's a special occasion. We're starting back up our live sessions in reference to assisting people on how to get started and how to get ahead with their trading techniques. So as we go live, I am noticing that I'm able to share my screen in one of the programs here, but in the other one, it's not happening. And I think it's not happening for Facebook. I don't know what the error may be, but I will figure that out for next time. So I wanted to go over 3 stocks that I recommended in my groups. You didn't see this posted in everywhere, but I did have a lot of people thank me for telling them on where to invest and why I'm investing. So I wanted to go over these these 5 investment opportunities and one special stock that I highly recommend for people who are starting out and want to invest slowly. One of these stocks that I will say at the end is a good stock to start, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's start out with these 3 stocks that I was giving recommendations. Number 1 is SLV. SLV, I had told people it's probably going to hit 30, and it did not hit 30. However, it hit 26 two times. 26. So that's 28. Sorry, 28. Just about $28 dollars a share. It hit it at 4. Let me see. What was it? It hit it at what time was that? At 9:42 in the morning. So by the time that I posted this, people had about 5 to 10 minutes to get in. So I was a little bit off on timing. I wasn't certain when to post. And when I came to post it, I think it was around, I gave people around 10 minutes. So I was a little bit off on my posting time. However, I will get better. This is a start. You're not going to catch everything. Yep, so I posted at 9:17. And one of the places that I posted, and the earliest that I posted was around 9, just a little bit after 9. And some people thanked me for investing. Why? Because when they started out, they invested somewhere around 27. So they made almost $1 a share on the stock. I was hoping to get more than that. Why? Because the day before, this stock moved pretty well. So it was at 29.73. I was expecting it to go up higher than that, and it did not go up higher than that. So that's what happens as you're investing. And as you can see, as it went into the day, it never went back up to that level. And that's how a lot of these stocks work, is that when they hit their peak, they usually don't go back up. They might go back up if there's some really good news. And that's things that you want to take into consideration as you're starting to invest here. So the next stock here is AMC. AMC is a stock that has been talked about a lot. It's the movie theaters, AMC theaters. I had recommended that it was going to might hit 18 to 20. So what did it hit? It hit close to 18 again as well, 18 to 20. So I didn't know it was going to happen at the beginning, at the opening of the stock market, and then go down. That's what a lot of these stocks do again. So just be aware of that. When I was ready to invest in this, I was looking at it at 14, which is at about 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning or so. So that was a pretty good gain there. So that would have been $2.50 to close to $3 gain, which would have made some people happy. And then you can see I had a little loss. I cut my losses because when I jumped in, it was not going my way. It kept going down, and I attempted to tell people to bail out because it was going down. And as you can see, by the end of the day today, it went down all the way to $13 a share. So it had a loss throughout the day, and it had similar as SLV. You can see it. It's a downtrend. Again, this is SLV, so that way you can tell the difference. And Facebook, you won't be able to see this time. I have to fix that. Sorry about that. It's going to get better. Believe me, it will get better. I might even have to erase this recording and post the live recording and exchange it for the YouTube one, because the YouTube one is showing the graph. So in this graph on SLV, you can see it is very similar to AMC. It's a downtrend. You can see how it peaked at the beginning on AMC and on SLV. They peaked very similar. And now we look at GME. GME was expected to go up around 400 to 450, according to the research that I saw. And what did it do? I didn't research this stock heavily enough. I didn't even look at the chart. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't know it had peaked at 4 in the morning. It peaked around 387, close to 387, and then it just dropped. I think it's worth under $200 a share right now. So I don't expect this stock to go back up. I think it's going to go down to closer to $100 a share, and it might stay there for a bit, and then it'll go down again. So that's what I expect these stocks. I know that a lot of you have been excited into investing in these stocks. GME was being moved by a lot of people in a group called Wall Street Bets. And, you know, we have to thank them because they made newcomers feel like they're on top of this game. And I won't say everyone was a newcomer, but most people are. And, you know, they made some money, some of those. But I'm certain that a lot of those people held on to their stock too long, meaning thinking that it was going to go up more and more and more. It doesn't work that way. As you can see, the third stock that went straight down, which is GME, people had reached out to me or texting me or sending me information to let them know what they should do. And this stock performed just exactly as the other two did. You know, it peaked very early in the morning and then it dropped. And a lot of the stocks you will see, they'll have a certain method of trading, and you know, it won't be too far from what we're talking about here. So, you know, just be aware that as you see these stocks, you know, there are ways to make money on them. There's a position that you can take that's called shorting. However, that it's much higher risk, and you know, as you take these risks, it is possible to lose much more money than going long. Going long means that you're going in reference to gains. These are the terms that you will need to learn if you're looking to invest, going long and shorting. So, you know, in any of these three stocks, shorting would have been a great move, but I wouldn't have shorted them because they're very, very risky, especially these moves that are not typical of your regular investment. And that's why I took a small position on AMC. I took a small loss because I thought it was going to spike again, but I didn't look at these two charts for whatever reason. I got a little bit careless there, and that's something that we all have to be aware of. All right. So here's Macy's. This is a stock that I invest in, and I've made a pretty good chunk of money in here. I've made about $41,000 at, you know, just recently in the last few days as GME was going on. Now you can see that this stock is trending sideways right now, but I believe that this stock will head up at least to 18 again. Why? Because that's around its high point. I think that Macy's is doing pretty well. It's one of those retailers that a lot of people trust, especially during holidays. And as we get to this Valentine's Day holiday, I'm pretty certain that there will be more and more people going in to buy jewelry, going in to buy clothing, going in to buy whatever it is that is sold at Macy's to be able to give to their loved ones, their spouses and friends and whoever else they may consider to be their Valentine's. So another stock that I really like is Ford. Ford is getting into the electric vehicle heavy, and I believe it's setting the pace for so that GM, which is the parent company, who's just invested, I believe it was 20 billion into electric cars, and they feel they will be out of the gasoline industry within what 14 years. And the reality is, yep, this is the way that the market is trending in reference to transportation, automobile transportation. So I believe that Ford also will have a goal of $18 a share. I invested in Ford. I'm invested. I entered at about 1070 share, and right now I'm up close to $2,000. And how is that? I mean, you can see it on the chart, and basically it's already up almost, what, 28 cents. So I'm invested in a few different programs. So you might see one thing in this program, but the other programs won't show. That's another thing to talk about, is what programs are good for you to jump in and learn. So I like to use Thinkorswim. It's a very, very powerful program. A lot of other companies out there sell you a little chunk of what Thinkorswim does, and it takes a while to learn it. So I'd say download it. It also offers you a way to paper trade, and I think it's really, really good to learn because it gives you news, it gives you alerts on which stocks are starting to break out or break down. So those are very important information, details that a lot of these stock scanners that are available, scanners and screeners that are available out there, are, you have to pay for them, but here you can get it for free. So this software I highly recommend, Thinkorswim. Another stock, okay, so we're down to the last one. So the stock that I want you guys to also consider in investing is Jetblue, and I'm going to tell you why. All right, let me see if I have it here. Yep, there it is. So right there, let me just get it on the screen bigger. All right, so JetBlue, it's worth right now about $14.30 a share. I jumped into JetBlue somewhere around the rate that it is right now, and I'm going to be holding this one. I believe that JetBlue is going to go up between $6 and $8 a share. Why? JetBlue announced last year that they were going to start flying to Europe, and they had to postpone their start to Europe because of the coronavirus and and the lack of people wanting to travel during these hard times, unwanted times. I wouldn't say hard, but I would say they're not as desirable as we'd all like it to be. So JetBlue has already begun to reorganize some of their aircraft so that they have first class flying to Europe, to London Heathrow and London Gatwick. And I don't know where else they're planning to fly to, but I know at least those two places at the beginning. They already have a group of business people interested in flying there. Now, guess what? These first class flights, they're pretty expensive. If I had to guess, it could be anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 per person. So I believe that JetBlue is going to rocket again, just like it did a week or two ago. Is that right? A week or two ago? Let me just see here. So it was $17. When was this? On January 28th, and I believe it's going to go much higher than that. It has done that a few times. It has spiked a few times. I know that for sure that JetBlue's average last year during this time was around $21.65 a share, and I believe it's going to go above that. However, my guess is $6 to $8 a share. $6 will put this around $20 a share. 8 will put it around $22 a share. Now, when a stock goes up just up to $22, is it going to last forever? No, it's not going to last forever. It could be a minute, it could be 2 minutes, it could be a day, it could be 2 days, but this is the reality. Is if you have a goal in mind, don't wait 10 days to get out of there and think it's going to go up another $10 or $1. No, jump out. Take your gains, because if you don't take your gains, then guess what? You're going to lose it, or you're going to have to wait again until the next time. As is known in this industry, what are bag holders? That's another key word to learn. So in this industry, so the reality is that if you're investing for a little bit longer, JetBlue, I like Ford, and I like Macy's. Those are my longer term stocks. Longer term could be a few days, it could be a few months, or it could be a few weeks. I don't know. All I know is that, for instance, Macy's, I was holding some of it since October, when I first alerted people that this stock was worth $6.60 a share, was a good investment, because by December time it was going to hit the target, and it did. I think I told people it's going to hit $13 to $14 a share, and it hit the target a few times. And then as it hit the target at the beginning of January, I told people I'm going to hold on to the stock because I believe it's going to hit closer to $20 a share. Well, it hit 22, and that's Macy's stock. It hit $22 a share. I cashed in at $21.65 a share, and I made $41,000. So this is how you make money. It's not made overnight. You've got to have some patience on it. So what I recommend is, if you have a few $100 invested in JetBlue or Ford or Macy's, now's a good time to invest. But just be aware, you don't just sit on it and wait for a few years. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but that's how Wall Street makes money. All right, that's how I make money. If I see people like you that are leaving your investment parked and it goes down or it goes up, I will cash in while you're still invested there losing money, because most people lose money in the long term. You know, today I had a chance of making well over, I don't know, $2,000 or $3,000. And because I had in my mind the goal, and I just want to show you proof of that. Let's see, where is it? Right here. I had a goal of making bigger amounts. Okay, you can see here, for those on YouTube on the right, that I've made $920, but I'm also invested in Ford in another software, which gets me closer to 2,000. So I could have made much more money in this stock. How? I'm going to show you how. So as this stock opened up, there was really good news that came out today. So the news was that Ford is planning to merge with Google on a 5 to 6 year contract, and they're going to make Google will be their partner on Android connected vehicles. They're going to become electric, all of these vehicles. So eventually they're going to have some type of connection. I hope that they bring the Apple side of the car as well, because for those who love Apple, I'm not an Apple lover yet. Maybe I could change someday. I really like my Android, so don't expect me to change. So right here, I saw the stock go up to here, and I was like, oh, it's going to go up more. And I got a little bit, I was very, very patient, and I let it ride. So I'm still holding it. I believe it's going to go up much higher. As I said, it's going to go up to somewhere around 18. Next week, there's going to be earnings on these stocks. What's going to happen with these earnings? I don't know. Most of the time, it's not good to have an investment during earnings because they go down a little bit. But I expect Ford by the end of this week to go up beyond that $11 a share. So if I see it go up beyond that, I might cash in and then I might reinvest. Why? Because at 11.45, I would have gotten out at $11 a share and then jump back in down here, which is at $10.90 a share. Well, that would have been a 10 cents gain. So it's not a lot. Sorry, 11.30 a share. That would have been a 40 cents gain. So per share, which on 2,000 shares would have been around $800. It's not a lot, but this is how you can make money as you're beginning. I'm holding out until I can see this stock perform closer to $18 a share. Now, the best thing about investing is that you can do it from anywhere in the world. Hey guys, I see some people waving. Eddie, some of you are living in different parts of the world, visiting other parts of the world, and you can do this from anywhere in the world. And, you know, there are benefits. There are a lot of tax advantages that we can talk over in another session on how you can have tax benefits by traveling the world. A lot of people do. A lot of people invest from their vacation homes or their permanent homes, and so on. So we can talk about that another day. But for now, JetBlue, Ford, Macy's, those are the stocks that I recommend for a little bit longer term. I recommend you to download Thinkorswim. And as you download it, just look at YouTube videos on how to use it. Or actually, Thinkorswim has its own set of videos within its software on how to use it. I see it embedded within the program, so you don't have to go anywhere else. And one other program that I do recommend is Webull. I can send you a link, and I can make money, although it's not a lot. I'd get a share or two. You'd get a share or two. But the Webull app also allows you to go into cryptocurrency. A lot of people call it Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is just one type of cryptocurrency. So I recommend you to download these two applications. I can send you the link. Yes, I'm going to post it in Facebook, and I'm going to post it in YouTube on the comment section, so that you know how to download these two apps. And be aware that you're not going to learn everything in one day. This takes time. You're probably going to lose money at the beginning. So the biggest advantages with these two softwares is they allow you to paper trade. What is paper trading? Meaning you can use fake money to see how you would do. So I recommend you to paper trade for as long as you can until you learn it. But again, Webull offers you cryptocurrency. Thinkorswim does not offer it yet. I believe that we're going into a paperless type of lifestyle, that within the next year, 2 or 5 years, we're not going to be using money. Money's going to be obsolete sooner or later. You know, why carry money? It's all electronic. We don't need to have paper. It's just like when investments were done pre-2000, you used to have a certificate for whatever investment you had. Now we have no certificates. What's the need for a certificate? What's the need for money when you can have an electronic payment method? So money's going to become obsolete sooner than you know it. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I know it's coming. So be aware of that. Is cryptocurrency the best way to invest? Some people say yes. Some people say no. You have to make that decision. You know, don't let others cloud your decision making. All right, make a decision, make an investment. You know, some of these investments you're going to make lots of money. Some of them you might lose. I've lost money, but I've made it back. You know, I just told you one of my biggest investments I did last week. So right now I'm trying to get another big investment, and I believe I'm going to get it. I'd say by the end of February, I should be able to get close to what I had before. All right. So just so you're aware, this is the end of this video. And if you need any more assistance or guidance, we're going to have more live videos every other day. And on other days, on the odd days, I'm going to try and do my own videos that are not live so that you can see how the trading works, and I can show you some of these charts. And I'm sorry on Facebook that you can't see my charts here, but I will try and upload this video later on to Facebook so that you can follow along if you'd like. If not, just log on to YouTube and you'll see it there as well. All right, everyone, have a great evening. And Eddie and everybody else who was asking, I will send the links on where to get these softwares. All right, take care, everyone, and have a great evening.